Herbways, the pathway to family wellness.
Welcome back. Well, viewers at home, my guest is still Dr. Genevieve Kalu. I want to make some clarification. The philosophy of this program is to channel our viewers to how they can, cure themselves naturally. We don't advertise cure on this program, but then, like the saying goes, the best way to take care of yourself so that your health situation can, maintain that quantum, you can always be healthy at all times. We talk about the preventive aspect. And when you are deceased, what are the things you can use? What are the things you can do that could help you to obviate those conditions? So that is the phone to call. We have been talking water and water and water and water. Now I want to go to specifics. 7.78. That is an ideal pH which water can be. Now, for one to achieve this 7.78, is it possible? I mean, can we see water that has this very 7.78? Is it possible?
Of course, it's possible. Lasena water has the pH of 7.7 naturally. And then I want also the viewers to understand something about Lasena water. Lasena water is not ordinary water that you see in Nigeria. Lasena water is a mineralized water. It contains a lot of minerals.
Naturally.
Naturally. Nothing
no
was
additives,
added. Yes.
Nothing.
Yes, it came naturally with all these minerals. And then Lasena water contains all these minerals that are very important. The way it is in the body, that God has made waters, minerals in the body to be. Now, Lasena water contains bicarbonate, it contains sodium. All these are hydrogenated ions, like I told you last time. They are not stable ions, they are charged ions. And then Lasena water contains sulfates, it contains silica, it contains copper, it contains zinc in the right proportion. In fact, one of the fantastic aspects of Lasena water is that it contains 1 millimole of potassium. It contains 1 milligram per liter in one bottle. So, and you need at least 1 millimole of potassium to maintain your body so that you won't have a cardiac arrest. So, water is life. You are what you drink and you are what you eat.
Well, Dr. Kalu, last week you really dealt with the issue of bicarbonate.
Yes.
How essential is bicarbonate when it comes to choosing your table water? How essential it is, especially people who may be suffering from one form of ailment or other. How can they help their situation?
In fact, bicarbonate, we call the bicarbonate the grandmaster of buffer in our body. God made it that way, and He created bicarbonate to be the grandmaster. Why do I call bicarbonate the grandmaster of buffers? Because bicarbonate is the only buffer that is found in the respiratory system. We have your plasma as a buffer. We have a phosphate buffer. But bicarbonate is the grandmaster, is the superman, is the superpower of buffering. What do I mean by buffering? If God knows that we human beings, we are very, very disobedient. And God wants us to maintain at a particular pH before we can die. And God, commanded all this buffer system that, for example, I know Prof will be so disobedient. He will be eating all sorts of jargons. He will be drinking all sorts of drinks that is not healthy. But bicarbonate buffer, please be my grandmaster of buffer to make sure that you put Professor Adewale into the pH I want him to be. So your body has been fighting you from the day you were born to bring you to the right pH.
Okay.
So that's what the bicarbonate does. But some of us eat a lot of things and drink a lot of bad water, especially in Nigeria, that are pure water that contains no minerals, that has no bicarbonate, and then we tend to go acidic. By the time we begin to drink all these 6.8, 6.5, 6.6 acidic water, the easiest way you can even test it is to use your tester.
I think that is where I'm coming.
Yes.
Has it gotten to a point where probably we have to really put our destiny into our hands? Vis-a-vis, we go with this tester to really check the water we are drinking, whether it is acidic or alkaline.
Of course.
So because since the acidic water could be very inimical to our health, what about, do we have to be going with certain things to test our water?
Of course, some of us, you can walk over the pharmacy and then you can tell them that you want to get a pH tester All right, so and then when you test the water you're drinking, it should give you like the blue of the Lasena water that I'm wearing.
Are talking about alkaline water, because a lot of passive viewers at home, many of them don't know the difference between which one is acidic, which one is alkaline. Their own is just to see water and drink it, not knowing that subconsciously you may be drinking certain water that may be injurious to your health, and that may even be the root cause of your health situation, health problem, and you may not know. So now, doctor, for emphasis sake, what is the danger in taking water that is acidic?
In fact,
because I know you really emphasized on it last week.
Yes.
When you are drinking water and you don't test it, you don't care. There are some people, they will tell you they don't care. Water is water. You know.
So usually when you eat, not only drinking the water that is acid, when you eat a lot of food that make you acidic, red meat, chicken and all those stuffs, they make you go acidic. The way God wants the body to be is that two things keep you alive. The Bible said, I always quote it, Genesis chapter 6, verse 3, that the days of man is 120 years. But I stand here as a medical authority to tell you that it is medically possible.
We have our first caller from the FCT, John from FCT. John, good afternoon.
Hey.
Good afternoon, John.
Hey, how are you?
We are fine. Oh, which part of FCT are you calling from?
I'm calling from Gwagwalada.
Please make your contribution.
Okay, the question that I want to ask is, they say that boiling water before drinking is healthy, instead of just drinking water directly. So I want the doctor to help us expatiate on drinking of boiled water, filtered water.
You hear that question? Yes, he's going to answer your question.
And another thing, one of my medical friends was telling me that boiling of water doesn't make a water totally pure. Say it gets some bacteria, so we say, now when that reach 100 degrees centigrade, now that time the bacteria self, they wake up.
Okay, John, allow doctor to respond to that your question.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All right, boiling water to make it pure before you can drink. I'm not going to be an advocate to that because I don't know the kind of water you are boiling. Because there are so many rainwater even that are acidic. If you remember, when you take up a rainwater and it's highly acidic, it destroys even the forest and even your
soil,
your plants, and even your soil. So we are talking about the type of water that you are even boiling. You may be boiling a pure water that has no pH, that has nothing in it. And then so it's not quite good for you to depend on, okay, I'm boiling this water. What we are saying is that the best of the water that you can drink is Lasena water, that is an artesian water naturally containing all the ions. You know, food and water should be medicine to your body.
But I'm going to take you on that. Lasena water is coming from a tremendous heat from the ground.
Yes.
Won't those heat destroy the valuable bacteria that should be present, which could be body friendly in the water?
No, it doesn't.
Because that's apparently the question John was.
No, he was trying to find out that when you boil at a particular degrees that it would have killed bacteria, but there are some bacteria that are very, very resistant. So, but if you notice, Lasena water is coming at 70 degrees already, naturally. And so many microorganisms, even parasites, cannot survive in such an environment. If you come to Lasena office, you will see the hot water, and you can imagine the temperature. And then when it rains, it goes to 88 degrees. So most of these microbes and parasites, they cannot survive in that temperature. And that is why Lasena is an ideal water for you to drink. Okay.